Can you hear me? How is that?
That's good. Okay.
Great. Yeah, try to find a spot. It's still, the day is still waking up, so we're good.
All right. Oh, so beautiful. I can feel the waves of serenity. All right. Well, for everybody who's going to be watching this recording, I want to welcome you to Joyspring Online Family Festival. And we are delighted to welcome Azizi Birkeland and her nourishing family values through our relationship with food. Azizi travels the world with her life-learning family, comprised of her husband and 2 young daughters. As a family wellness accelerator and transformational health coach, she is devoted to helping families who feel disconnected and unfulfilled become skillful in positively identifying their holistic health needs to unleash their full potential from a healthy mind-body connection. She does this in a way that honors and nurtures their family values so they can lead a more harmonious life, unapologetic and unafraid. She is launching Tiny Green Chef, an online nutritional cooking program for kids, teaching them how to grow a healthy appetite for whole plant-based foods so they want to eat them without conflict, coercion, or complaint, using fun kitchen science experiments and cooking exercises, all with plant-based ingredients. Welcome, Azizi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me and having this beautiful webinar series. It's very, very much needed.
Thank you. I'm excited to hear what you have to share with us, and maybe we'll even have time for a couple questions at the end. And then for those of you who are able to, join Azizi right after this for another presentation on crisis community and connection. So without further ado, nourishing family values through our relationship with food.
Yes. So this topic, for me, I'll say that everything I do, I aim for it to be holistic. So how I treat one aspect of my life, I'm also going to be matching it up with all the areas of my life because I see them all as just different expressions of my personal values and intentions and how I want to live in this world. And food is one of the most intimate ways that you can really evaluate your life and get really connected with who you are right now and who you want to be. We do it every day. And some of us 3, 4, 5 times a day if you start, and maybe more if you include all the times you kind of eat just because if the food is there or you're trying to avoid something or fill a void. And people do this with many aspects of our lives, but food, if we really slow down and pay attention to it, tells us a lot about where we're at. And we can then move forward into where we want to be, but you have to take a look at it. So it's one of those bugs that are just right under your nose, literally, that you can use as a really great jumpstart to do the work that you need to do in your life. So the way that I have done this and the way that I even coach people, because I also do health coaching, but when I'm doing health coaching, again, it's holistic. So when someone says that they want to talk about their eating or their overeating or undereating, we're going to have to scale back a bit. We're going to need to focus on every aspect of your life that might be feeding into this. So the way that I have come up with this is it's not a prescriptive method because right now, especially in this world, there are a lot of people who are giving you the thing to do. And when we talk about food, food has been one of the huge parts of our life that's kind of just been shoved in our mouths from such a young age that we actually didn't have a chance to decide, is this for me? Now, if you look at that with other parts of your life where you may have been shoved some kind of ideology or religion or culture, and you might be at that point stuffed with all of these things that are just so overwhelming because you didn't ask for them to be on your plate. So in order for you to actually get a nourishing life, and you want to use food, let's look at it as a matter of some questions you can start to ask yourself. So first of all, whenever you want to do anything that you are hoping to add value or just hoping to evaluate in your life, you need to start off with the question of what do I want? Now this seems obvious, right? But as we go along with the question, you'll see what I mean by that. Because usually, if let's say you're at a restaurant and a menu comes, you might have already decided how you want to eat, right? What you really, really want. But when that menu comes and sits in front of you, you open it up, there are all these other options that they're making sound really attractive, or you're just used to eating, you might go against why you actually came there, what you actually wanted to eat, or what you know you need, and instead choose something else that is just jumping out at you off the page that seems more attractive, but completely not in alignment with who you are. So first you have to ask yourself, what do you want? And when I say what do you want, I don't just mean what do you want to eat. What do you really want in this life? When you are eating this food, why are you eating? What do you expect to gain from this food? How does it actually connect with you? 2, ask yourself, why am I eating what I'm eating? How did I come to eat this way? Why am I saying the first question, right? Because first we could ask, why am I eating what I'm eating? But without knowing what you want, when you get to that second question, right? You start with, why am I eating what I'm eating? And you just go right into the answers. That could actually give you more reasons to just keep eating it, because the excuses or the reasons that you give might just be the ones you know. So first we need to know what you want, and then we can take a look at what you're actually doing. So why am I eating this way is really asking yourself, who gave me the idea that this is what should be going in my body, in my mind, in my life? So taking, for example, my story. Right now, as of almost 2.5 years, a little over 2 years, my family, we have been fully plant-based, vegan, I guess, if you want to use the term. And how did we come about that was really a series of ongoing questions that I've been asking myself and evaluating and checking in with my body, with my mind, with my spirit. And then at some point, there was no way that I could continue to eat in a certain way that just didn't support who I was and what I actually felt deeply inside. So the decision became quite easy for me when I really, really, really took a look at, what do I want? What do I want? And then why am I eating this way? And I had to be honest that the way that I was eating was because of the way that I had been taught. And not only taught in my home, because I'm, as a holistic coach and a nutritional consultant, I have been educated by, let's say, the FDA or the mainstream standards of how one person should eat. But I actually never really did the research on how accurate that was for me. Was this really an individual plan, or was this just how did they come up with those ideas of what people should be eating and putting in their minds and their bodies? When I started to look at how they came up with this, it didn't match up. And it didn't match up in my mind. And when I really started to look at my body and how my body was responding when I was eating certain things, I had to be honest that this was not actually what I wanted. And so once I know what I want, and I start looking at how I came to be in the things that I'm doing and seeing if they actually match with what I want, then I can go to the third stage. If this is not what I want, and if I have determined that the reasons that I have come to accept these beliefs, this food, these systems, are not really a part of who I am, then now what do I plan to do about it? What do I plan to do to set the wheels in motion to start getting the life that I want? How will I start to nourish myself now that I know what I want? Now that I know that my life has been dictated by culture and beliefs and ideology, what would I do to prove number one question, what do I want? What is it that I'm looking for to feed me, feed my family, nourish my soul? And that's as simple as writing a list. You start where you're at. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe you understand that. Maybe as you start to evaluate what you're eating, you might say, this tastes good, but it's really not satisfying. It really doesn't actually have me feel fulfilled, even though I'm full, right? I'm full of this. I can't eat anything else that might possibly nourish me, but I'm so full right now. So it might be that you need to stop doing what you're doing. I just recently took some people through a 14-day fasting journey, because sometimes the best way to get the answers, especially if you don't know what you want. Say you're at number one and you have no idea what you want, and you determine that the reason why you're doing what you're doing is because of culture or ideology, but you don't know what to do about that. The best thing to do might be to do nothing. That might be to stop everything. Stop with the routine, play around with it a little. Don't be strict. Don't be at the point where you're trying to remove anything, but you might just want to just slow down and observe what you're doing and just connect with it and just be honest if it's not making you feel good. And also be honest with the fact that you just don't know what you want, and how you're going to do it. So how do I plan to get there is a tricky one, because if you were like me and at some point you realize that my body, my mind, my soul is completely rejecting eating food, these types of foods, and that I knew that the plant-based lifestyle was for me, then you start wherever you're at. And for me, I went on a fasting journey, and through the fast, actually my body, my mind, spirit, everything connected. When I came out of the fast, there was non-resistance to what it is that I actually did. And that was simply abstaining. And throughout that fast, every day I got more information. So I started to nourish myself with what my body actually wanted, because it was telling me when I stopped and just did nothing. So that's the third question. And then the fourth question I would follow up with, first we'll go back. What do I want? What do I want in my life? What are my values? What are my intentions? Right? Not how you're going to get there. Let's just start with what you would like your purpose to be, what you would love to look out into the world and see yourself as. Two, how did I come up with what I'm even doing in the first place? The third question is, what do I intend to do now that I know what I want? How do I plan to get there? Am I going to just jump right in because I'm ready? Do I need to evaluate? Do I need to write this down? Do I need to observe for a while myself so I can get into the connection? And then after you've done that, the fourth question is, once you start figuring out what you're going to do to get to what you want, how will I know when I am? This is something that will constantly come up. All of these questions will have to go in a cycle, because you might start on the journey of knowing what you want, checking in with yourself, recognizing that what you're doing is not anything that what you want, but what you've just been accepting because it's been placed to you, it's been fed to you. And then you might even start to do what it takes. But because of the conditioning and the programming, you might go right back to the program doing what you know, even if it's not what you want. So that fourth question is really a checks and balances. How will I know when I get there? And that means that you have to be on the guard for, am I doing the work to get what I want? And you'll know, right? Because you're going, after you've made it clear that many of the things you're doing is because of outside influences. When you start feeling that resistance, when you start feeling that you're not doing what you set out to do, number four, how will I know when I get there, is a part of what will I do to keep my responsibility, keep my commitment to getting what I want. And what will I do when the resistance comes in? That's how I will know if I am where I want to be. So hopefully that is not too confusing. Take them step by step, write down the questions, and really sit on that. Even if you take one a week, what do I want? Over the course of a week, what do I want in life? How and looking at what I'm eating. Well, I say that's what I want, but then I say that I want a clean body and a clean mind, but I start my day with coffee. I can't start my day without it. Wow, just observe. Well, I say that I want more raw, nourishing foods, but I just ordered a grilled cheese. Or I just ordered something that is, I'm cooking things that are dense and don't actually have any real nutrients at the moment. That's interesting. Just take note. How did I come up with this menu that I'm running on? How did I decide the foods that I would eat? How did they get on my plate? Why do I order this when I'm not really that interested? Why am I afraid to go off the plate and try something else? Where could those ideas have come from? And, now that I know that, then I can move on to the third question. Right? So that is what I have done. I didn't necessarily recognize that that's what I had done. But when I looked at my life in phases, I realized that I've been asking a series of questions over and over again to myself, because that's all life is. I experience something, I observe it, I analyze it, and then I get back in and I experiment some more, and I analyze it some more, and I make adjustments. It's okay if it takes you, 5 months, a year, whatever it takes. It's really the commitment that's more important to creating a nourishing life. Not the actual things you do, but that you are committed to constantly get back in there when the resistance and the outside influences come in and try to tell you who you are. And when you start doing that from a place of love and drop the judgment, drop the shaming, and recognize that, hey, I've been conditioned to eat a certain way. I've been conditioned to think a certain way. I've been conditioned to do things a certain way. I have to recognize that those programs run deep. So I have to be kind to myself, because who I really am has not been able to be expressed at this moment, at this stage. To go easy on myself, because I've had enough resistance from the outside. I'm going to be gentle with this. When you start doing that, then you get comfortable with, fell off the wagon again, but that's okay. I can see where that program came in. I ate this, and then that reminded me of that, and then next thing you know, I'm right back. Just pay attention. It's okay. And you're doing this in your home with your family, and so that means that you need to make it very transparent with what you're doing. When I went fully plant-based, before my whole family joined me, I was very open and honest. I will not be cooking any foods that aren't vegan anymore. This is me, this is who I am. No exceptions. I'm standing what I'm standing for. And because my family enjoyed my food, enjoyed my journey, and it was non confrontational. It was just one day I woke up and that was it. And actually, I think when they saw who I really was, they all pulled up to the table. And as a result, my children even commented and said they enjoy my food even better now in this way. And they felt that it was more exciting and more inventive, and everyone joined in. And so now we're all fully plant-based together for the last 2 years. So it takes some time, but it takes love and respect and honor and non-resistance. So yeah, I'll stop there in case there are any questions you might have, Deanna, any clarification.
Thank you, Azizi. That was really, thought-provoking, and how, well, first of all, just your peacefulness, right? Bringing that peacefulness in approaching the food choices, it can be really just transformative. Just the whole experience of, menu planning for a family, shopping, just bringing that energy to this sort of placid, really nourishing space. I just feel that coming from you. And welcome your insights and your thoughtfulness and the just tracking of you know what how your journey brought you to here is a great roadmap then for others who are just embarking. So thanks for sharing all that. Did anybody else have any questions? I know we had some people in and out. Maybe also for those people who are going to be
I see a question
later. Yeah. And
Rebecca says, are there any prompts you have found? Oh, I just lost it. Go back in.
Helpful to begin investigating our domestication.
Let me read that again. Are there any prompts you have found helpful to begin investigating our domestication? Ooh, I like this question because it's a really great question, because that's the exact thing that has happened to us. And the domestication of the human actually has been a huge, and maybe you recognize that in my words, a huge part of my awakening was recognizing the domestication. And that was in so many areas. Homeschool, my own health practitioner. We don't go to doctors. I haven't been to a doctor in over 10 years. In terms of medical doctors, I go to an acupuncturist, or chiropractor when I need to, but mostly I've taken my health into my own matter. The way we eat has changed. We don't have a permanent residence. We're here in Bali. We've been here almost a year, so maybe we do. But I've done a lot of non-conventional things as I recognized that many of my choices were due to the domestication that had been placed, not just on me, but obviously on my mother and my family and everyone else beforehand, so that we just continued this domestication of each other. So it's just an easy one for people to read that actually discusses this. If you have it, maybe you have, if you're using the word domestication, is the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm just saying it just puts chills in my body every time I think about the powerful words and the powerful connections that he makes in this book. It's a really great book for anyone who doesn't understand what it means to have been domesticated. Book, yes, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Really straight to the point book that talks about this domestication and, in his opinion, which I agree, what we need to do to self-emancipate. My whole life is about self-emancipation. So when someone, when I was talking to someone, asked me, have you read Four Agreements? Because a lot of what you're saying sounds like Don Miguel Ruiz. And I had it, and I read the book a few years ago, and I was blown away, first of all, that there were other beautiful souls that could articulate what I was feeling in a way that I could then help other people when they either challenged what I was doing or questioned, or I could see they were really, it was mulling around in their minds. They just couldn't understand how you could come to be, to disconnect from so many parts of the world and still not feel afraid. In fact, seem to be less afraid than more when we let go of so many of these attachments that we are bound to. So I would check out that book. Another reference, and even though it's more for homeschoolers, but I imagine there are many people with families watching, John Taylor Gatto. I love a lot of his work. He's passed away a few years ago, but there were so many great talks on YouTube that really talk about this again, domestication. He comes from a more radical, hard-hitting point. So he doesn't hold anything back, but he talks about the school system and how it came to be and how it has influenced the way we live as adults, or what he calls the extension of the childhood. Yeah, John Taylor Gatto, and he has a few books, and his books, the titles escape me at the moment, but that's exactly how you spell his name, John Taylor Gatto. We understand it. And just look at some of the work that he has done on YouTube and find his books, so that you can start to maybe get a little bit more information as to how this is happening, what you can do about it in a way that is hard to look away from, because a lot of the things out there are trying to do the soft sell. But as far as I'm concerned, we don't have time to be doing the soft sell. I don't know if we ever did, but now with all this global access, we have even less time, and it's a waste of time to try and do a soft sell. Let's just go in, figure out, excuse me, what has gone off, and start doing the work. And that means that you probably need to hear some things that are uncomfortable, sit in that uncomfortable space, and be ready to hear more of it until you've had enough to make that decision to go out and do what you need to do to be the free person you were born to be.
Sorry, Azizi, I muted you by mistake instead of unmuting me, so I missed that last two words.
That's okay. Just saying, go out there and do it. Go out there and do it.
And for people who are checking in the replay, the spelling for John Taylor Gatto, the last name is Gatto, since you can't see the chat window. This is really great, and a really beautiful launching pad for a lot of self-investigation and investigation of yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more Gatto. I don't think I had before. But we're going to be closing this up and starting the next session. Did anybody have any closing questions? Or Azizi, do you have some closing remarks?
Yes, I say that, as I said before, this is a journey. It's an ongoing journey. So one of the things you're going to have to remind yourself is that the conditioning that has been placed upon us, what we eat, what we think, what we do, is trying to give us a one way of doing things in a way that forces you to stay in it and not move away. Now, when you start to self-emancipate and you start to evaluate your life, you're going to find that it is frustrating because it's ongoing. There is no one system that you can now plug yourself into. So be prepared for that. Be prepared to have this inner conflict of, when am I going to get there? And you're going to have to battle that, because what I have found is that the beauty in self-emancipation and self-actualization is that you never get there, but your journey and how you experience it gets better and better, because you become more of who you are as you are journeying just through life and through the world. So if you're looking for I'm one and done, then you're going to be in for some struggle and conflict. So let go of this idea that I'm plugging myself into a system that's going to protect me and take care of me. That's a part of our domestication, is getting us to believe that it's safe to no longer check in, to check out, to go on autopilot. That autopilot is safe. If you're driving a car, you know that autopilot is not safe. It is far better for you to be in command of the wheel, rather than assuming that you can sit back and just take an easy ride there. That is where you're more likely to be hit by things that you just have been blindsided by, because you're not in command. So this journey is one of getting in command. What goes into your mind, what goes into your body is ongoing. You do it every day. You're having access to that external stimulus every day. So just be on the lookout and be understanding with yourself that it doesn't end. The journey only gets started when you decide to really, really define who you are. And you're going to do that again and again. And as you do, you're going to change and have to and shift gears based on who you are in that new phase.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Broadcasting from the wilds of Bali. Love all that lush foliage and bird song behind you. All right, so everybody, if you want to join us, we're going to be closing this meeting and opening up another one for crisis, community, and connection, also with Azizi Birkeland. Thank you for this nourishing time together.
Yes, thank you. See you over there.